So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at the Finish Pro bazooka, because I know a lot of guys out there have questions about it, want to know if it's as good as the other manufacturers on the market, and I say yes, it's just as good as anybody else's, and it's a fine tool, and as you can see, it's identical to Ames Tape Tech that you're used to, which are the most well-known brands, probably the most widely used at this time. But it's an identical taper. I'm going to try not to call it a bazooka, even though that's the accepted, established name, but that's a trademark of Ames taping tools, so I'm going to endeavor to refer to it as a taper. But once you've got it pumped up full of mud, you want to get it off your pump, and all you need to do is open this gate here. We'll just see what we can do with the set of tools. But first, I always like to tape my butt joints first. Tip in corners, you always try to put a good crease in. You're going to do that at the bottom when you start. What you want to do is lower the back of the gun a little bit and get the head up high quickly. That way, you keep the creasers employed pretty tightly, because this bottom, the bottom of the corners is where you will have trouble with the roller rolling the tape out of the corner if it is creased well. And you just lower the back end of the bazooka as you come up with the head. That'll get the creaser in there nice and snug. And then some of them you might have to adjust if your cuts are a little bit off. But you find generally on your cuts, if you figure 1.5 to 2 inches of tape after the cut, you'll be right, at least if you have the bazooka in the usual position of 45 degrees to whatever you're taping, like that. Another gauge that you can use, a lot of people ask me, or seem to have this concept in mind that the tools are expensive, or that they cost a lot, or they ask me, what is the real cost of a set of tools? And usually I say I ask you because you may be able to buy a set around $3,500 as opposed to renting a set from the nationally known rental company for about $6,000 to $7,000 a year. Now, if you bought a set for $3,500, you'd probably make an additional $10,000 to $15,000 in income for at least 10 years. Anybody's set of tools will last at least 10 years if you take care of them, but a good set of tools like Finish Pro, they might last you up to 20 years if you take care of them. But the point is, you can run them for 10 years, make $10,000 to $15,000 additional income by doing that, which is $100,000 to $150,000. And at the end of 10 years, if you want to stop doing drywall, retire, hand it to your son-in-law, you can sell that set of tools probably for $1,500 to $2,000 or half of their original value or something like that. So if you bear that in mind, the cost is very little. I don't think there's really a cost at all, really, when you consider those factors. What do you think? That's what I say. I think they're one of the most inexpensive tools for any trade. And not having a set of tools tools to a carpenter without a skill saw or power saw. And I don't see many carpenters out there cutting up wood with a handsaw anymore, because it just isn't very efficient. Thank you very much.